Here at Helmuth Ford, we are a small town dealership with no hassle and no pressure.
Delta Fire and Rescue presents the Delta Haunted House at 109 North Center Street in Delta. Admission is just $10 per person. The Delta Haunted House is open each Friday and Saturday throughout October and on Halloween night from 8 to 10 p.m. Food and drinks will be available for purchase, and now accepting cash and most major credit cards. It's the Delta Fire and Rescue Delta Haunted House, Fridays and Saturdays in October and on Halloween night. Sigourney Kyoto football fans, Steve Shetler Media is teaming up with Clint Dye of Tag Team Photography to bring you coverage of Sigourney Kyoto football this fall. You've seen Clint's fantastic photos of Sigourney Kyoto football over the last few years, and now Clint is bringing those talents to be showcased on Steve Shetler Media. We're going to have pictures and action shots of each and every game, an in-depth article, and a video highlight of the game as well. You won't miss a thing with Sigourney Kyoto football coverage right here this year on Steve Shetler Media.
Mayhem Haunted House at 13011 120th Avenue, Ottumwa invite you to their second annual Trunk or Treat and Lighted Tour on Saturday, October 12th. Trunk or Treat from 6 to 7 p.m. is free. Lighted Tour from 6 to 7:30 is $10. And get a full scale from 7:30 to 9 for $15 per person. Come find out why Mayhem Haunted House has been voted the best haunted house in Iowa for multiple times. Open for the Halloween season, Friday and Saturdays, October 18th through November 2nd. Cost is $15. Get ready to scream at Mayhem Haunted House in Ottumwa.
With Miss Amanda here on Steve Shetler Media. It is another chilly morning. I'm not sure if you guys have been outside yet, but it's been chilly this week. It gets warmer during the end of the day, but it's been dang chilly in the morning. But it is getting to be spooky season, so Halloween and fall coming up. Actually, it is fall already, but Halloween coming up, so it's starting to get a little bit chillier. Hopefully, knock on wood, the snow keeps away until after Halloween. Nothing like going trick-or-treating in the snow. But last week we were talking about spooky movies, and my question of the week was, what is the name of the villain in the movie The Nightmare Before Christmas? This is one of my favorite, arguably Thanksgiving and Christmas movies, or Halloween and Christmas movies. But Nightmare Before Christmas with Jack Skellington, he is the king of Pumpkin Town and discovers that there is another town of Christmas and decides that he would like to be the king of that as well. It's hard to explain. It's a Tim Burton, it's a very good movie, but the name of the villain in the movie is based on the legend of the Boogeyman, and his name is Oogie Boogie. And my daughter actually dressed as this a few years ago and was super duper cute. Excuse me. But Oogie Boogie, one of my favorite characters in the movie. This week I thought we'd talk a little bit about one of my favorite book series. Growing up and even as an adult, I still occasionally pick up one of these. But I was obsessed with R.L. Stine and Goosebumps when I was little. Like, they're scary, but they're not so scary that your kids are gonna like have nightmares or whatever. But it is just a good like beginner horror book. So the Goosebumps series by R.L. Stine. My question is, when were they first published? So there's been a lot of them published since they originally came out, and a lot of spin-offs from this book series. But the original first book of the Goosebumps series, when was it published? And we'll get to that at the end of my segment. Books you don't want to miss this week. I thought I'd do some fun Halloween books. I didn't last week, and I'm sure people were surprised because everything's Halloween for me. You know, all bets are off now. But if you're like me and my family, and my daughter, we like to do Halloween crafts and Halloween foods and all kinds of stuff. So I have a couple of Halloween cookbooks and I have a couple of Halloween crafting books. So this first one is actually made for kids. It's Let's Bake Halloween Treats, and look at how cute those little mummy hot dogs are. Super duper cute. This book has got lots of easy things in it that kids can do. A lot of it is decorating stuff, so like there's monster cupcakes. There's these ones. You turn 2 cupcakes, one on top of the other, and turn it into a pumpkin. It's very, very easy craft or food things that kids can make. On the flip side, last year we featured this for our Cook the Book event, but this is still a really, really cool one. It's Taste at Home Halloween. This is more for adults and people who are a little more advanced in their cooking skills, but look at how cute all of this stuff is. We did this last year for Cook the Book, and we got some really super cute things. I mean, look, there's a silly snake stub. It's a sub sandwich. There is, let's see, there's spooky bat cake. So these aren't really, really hard, but they, I would say, are a little more advanced than some of the kid ones. Trying to find some other cute ones. There's some stuff for Day of the Dead. But this has got all kinds of cute, spooky stuff in it. Especially if you're doing a Halloween party this year, this would give you some good ideas. Crafting stuff. So in my house, we love to craft. Imagine that. So my first book for that would be Halloween Fun. It's 101 Ideas to Get in the Spirit. So this has got a whole bunch of stuff that you can do either as an adult or with your kiddos. There's shrieking shakers that you do with little jars and make them into kind of like snow globes, but Halloween type. Let's see. There's haunted forest platter, so there's some food ideas in here. Those are deviled eggs. They look kind of spooky. There's lots of templates in here for that. If you like to do crafts, that's a good one. And my next one is for pumpkin carving. So I know a lot of people carve pumpkins. We love carving pumpkins. It's still a little warm to do it, but once it gets cooler out and they'll stick around a little bit longer, we'll start carving our pumpkins outside our house. But this is pumpkin carving, and it has got tons of ideas in here for how to carve pumpkins. So there's some easy ones, drill some holes. There's some more advanced ones. Not sure what those letters and numbers mean, but there's letters and numbers you can do. There's actually carving. You can carve, that looks like a gourd more than a pumpkin. And I think it's got, yeah, it's got the actual templates and stuff in here too if you want to do any of these. But that's pumpkin carving. We have a ton of Halloween crafting and cooking books, so if you're interested in those, let us know and we can show you the rest of them. All right, upcoming programs at the library. So this week we had our October Cook the Book, which was featuring Halloween stuff. Our next one will be November 4th, and we're gonna have more of a Thanksgiving traditional fall cookbook for that. Our book club for October will be next Saturday, the 19th. They are reading The Whisper Network, which I featured a couple weeks ago on my Steve Shetler show. If you would like to participate in that, you still have plenty of time to read the book. We have lots of copies here at the library. You can just stop at the front desk and check one out. If you come to the program on the 19th, make sure you, it's at 10 a.m., make sure you go to the north door over by our shed. We don't open the main door just because it's hard to monitor and make sure people aren't just coming in for other reasons. But if you're coming for book club at 10 a.m., use the door by the shed. It will be propped open and they're just right inside in our little reading circle. To other times in October, we have the 14th and the 21st. We do skip the last week just because it is freezer meal week and Halloween, and we have a lot going on that week. After school programs will be next week already, the 15th, 16th, and 17th. Freezer meals, the last day to sign up for our October freezer meals is next Friday, the 18th. If you want to look at that menu or November's menu, they are on our Facebook page. Plenty of time to sign up for them. Excuse me. I had some soda this morning and now I got some bubbles. The last thing we have going on in October is Trick or Treat on the Square. We will be participating in that. We will have a vehicle up and do a trunk or treat on the square up by the old Lifetime Dental building in the Brothers parking lot. So make sure you look out for that. Trick or Treat on the Square is the 31st from 3:30 to 5. It's a good time. I think we handed out like 450 things last year, 450 goodies or baggies. So it's a lot of fun. There's a lot going on in that hour and a half. But we love it. Make sure you stop by and see us if you are up there at that. All right, my trivia question. When was the original, very first novel of Goosebumps published? So this was, gosh, I was 7 at the time. So the very first book was called Welcome to Dead House by R.L. Stine, and it was published in July of 1992. The original Goosebumps series ran from 92 to 97 and had 62 books in it. That's the original one. Now, the books are standalone stories about children who encounter supernatural forces, creepy creatures, and other chills. The series has been adapted into multiple spin-offs, including Goosebumps Series 2000, Give Yourself Goosebumps, Goosebumps Horrorland, and Goosebumps Most Wanted. So there are 62 books in that original series, but I bet we have, 100, maybe 200 R.L. Stine books here at the library with all the spin-offs, and I think they actually went into like some graphic novels too. But if you like those, I loved those as a kid, and even now I still pick one up now and again, just a, nice, easy, scary read. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys this week. Make sure you look out on our Facebook page for all our events and all the stuff going on at the library. We are part of a clothing drive for the Key Club this month. We have a box out in the lobby. They will be going until, I believe, the 18th is the last day for dropping off clothes. So if you have gently used clothes, I know they don't usually take like under things like socks, swimsuits, any kind of under clothes, what else? There was a few other things that they didn't really like to take, but basically anything that is gently used that can go to someone else for a good cause. You can drop those off at the library or at the high school from now until October 18th, and then you can shop for free. It is a 3-day, I believe they do it for 3 days. So the 22nd, they do just children's clothes. The 23rd and 24th, they do everything, children's and adults. They are conveniently during the conferences at the high school. So if you guys go to the parent-teacher conferences, you can pop in there and, or if you know somebody in need, make sure you send them that way. They usually will let people shop anytime during those days. They just go in, check in the office, and then it's in the cafeteria. So yeah, really good thing that the Key Club is doing. We're glad to be a part of it. But that's all I have for you guys this week, and I will see you next week.